Oppressive laws to be repealed. Sungai Kunduz by-election benchmark for Pakatan Harapan. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohana Priya. Welcome to News on 2. The government is expected to repeal laws that are oppressive, such as the Security Offences Special Measures Act 2012 or SOSMA soon. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said the act, which was introduced during the administration of former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak, allowed the government to detain an individual without a court appearance.
Rakyat akan dilindungi dengan undang-undang yang adil supaya apa-apa kesalahan yang dilakukan oleh mereka jika ada akan ditentukan oleh mahkamah. Mahkamah akan menentukan salah atau tidaknya seseorang. Tidak seperti undang-undang Najib, kalau dia tangkap tak bawa ke mahkamah, kalau mati pun tak ada inquiry.
Tun Dr. Mahathir said that the Pakatan Harapan government will continue to adhere to the rule of law by enforcing laws that would protect the people. He said this at the Coalition of Klang Chinese Association's Tabung Harapan fundraising dinner in Shah Alam, Selangor. At the event, the Premier also once again explained why some of the mega projects approved in the era of Datuk Sri Najib had to be cancelled. He said this had to be done as the debt faced by the government was too high, making it impossible for the government to pursue projects such as the construction of the East Coast Rail Route or ECRL. The Sungai Kunduz state by-election is poised to be Pakatan Harapan's benchmark for the elections since forming the government in the recent May 9th election. Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Shari said the by-election will also be a test of the people's loyalty. Additionally, Amiruddin said he believes that voters would bring in an even bigger victory, following in the footsteps of the late Sungai Kunduz Assemblyman Mat Suhaimi Shafiri, who was highly respected among the locals.
Sungai Kunduz adalah first test kepada kita untuk sama-sama kita buktikan bahawa pilihan raya lepas suara rakyat, suara garamat dan rakyat buat keputusan yang betul untuk sama-sama kita teruskan perubahan dan pembaharuan yang ada dalam negara dan negeri kita.
The Menteri Besar was speaking after attending the launch of the PKR Election Machinery Operations Room yesterday. Meanwhile, Sungai Kunduz by-election candidate Muhammad Zawawi Ahmad Mughni refuted claims from the opposition that Pakatan Harapan does not care for Islam or the interests of the Malay people.
Saya melihat di Dun Sungai Kunduz secara jelasnya bahawa hari ini ramai daripada pengundi atau jentera yang hadir daripada kalangan orang Melayu cukup kuat. Ya. Yang membantu saya pun ramai daripada kalangan orang bukan Melayu. Jadi maknanya isu yang dimainkan oleh Barisan Nasional itu hanyalah isu lama. Lagu lama yang didendangkan tanpa sedar bahawa masyarakat sudah berubah, pemikiran sudah terbuka.
He added during this by-election campaign, he would focus on human capital development and the upgrading of infrastructure in rural areas. The Kemaman Zone Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency or MMEA arrested 4 foreign fishing boats carrying 41 Vietnamese crew and a skipper for illegal fishing in the exclusive economic zone in the waters of Kemaman, Terengganu. Its chief, Maritime Lieutenant Commander Muhammad Rizal Kamal Basha said the value of the items seized in the arrest totaled 4.5 million ringgit. Muhammad Rizal said all the boats were arrested at 4 different locations at a distance of 100 to 104 nautical miles from the Kuala Kemaman beach. Apart from not possessing a fishing permit, all those arrested were between the ages of 19 and 27 and did not possess any identification record. The crew had targeted areas near the island and oil rigs as the value of the sea products were higher.
Operasi yang sedang giat dilakukan di laut lepas, mereka mengetahui akan kehadiran kapal peronda APMM. Jadi mereka lebih hampir kepada pulau-pulau dan juga di pelantar kerana di sini juga terdapat sumber-sumber ikan, terutama sekali ikan-ikan dari spesies karang iaitu ikan kerapu, dan juga pada musim sekarang ni musim sotong.
The MMEA team also arrested 2 boats used to carry 17,000 litres of diesel. 2 foreigners were among 18 people detained by Sarawak police in a raid on an unnumbered house at Jalan Bintulu, Miri last night. According to Sarawak Narcotics Criminal Investigations Department Head Superintendent Sahar Abdul Latif, the raid by the police was the result of information and intelligence gathering since Friday morning. Superintendent Sahar said that the 25 people who were screened in a urine test, 18 were found positive for methamphetamine. Those arrested are between the ages of 16 and 43 but did not have any criminal records. The drugs are believed to be inserted into their bodies to avoid detection by the police. All suspects are being investigated under Section 15, subsection 1A under the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. A 2-story house rented by 7 families was destroyed in a fire at Kampong Jawa, Labuan, yesterday evening. Labuan Fire and Rescue Department Director Zainal Madasin said the 6:15 p.m. incident saw a total of 46 people left with nothing but just the clothes on their backs. Zainal said the fire also destroyed a car and a motorcycle which was parked nearby. He added all those living in the house between the ages of 1 and 64 were safe and had no injuries. Zainal said firefighters were rushed to the scene after they received a call about the incident. The fire was brought under control at around 7 p.m. and was successfully put out at 11 p.m. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Nearly 300 participants and buyers of Felkra Changkat Lada second-generation housing of Phase 2 in Seberang Perak staged a peaceful protest when they were offered a ridiculous price compared to the original price offered during the launch of the project 2 years ago. Their spokesman Zulhasri Hossaini said all 710 buyers were offered by Felkra Berhad an original price of between 90,000 and 133,000 ringgit based on the house categories. The completed project, comprising 710 houses, is expected to be occupied by the end of this year. However, they were shocked to receive the offer letter stating the price of between 128,888 and 326,888 ringgit, which is more than a 70% hike.
Dikeluarkan pada 2016, 24 September 2016 oleh CEO sendirilah waktu itu. Jadi kita menuntut janji kita lah sebagai anak peserta Felkra, sebab rata-rata di sini bukanlah yang berpendapatan tinggi. Kita bimbang dengan kenaikan harga yang keterlaluan ini, boleh dikatakan hampir 2 kali ganda, peluang untuk generasi kedua agak tipis. Itu yang perlu pihak Felkra jelaskan balik kepada kami lah.
Zul Azri also said that they had tried to seek explanation from Felkra but had only received various excuses and no concrete decision. Coming up next, surplus of foreign workers unhealthy for Tibet graduates. Stay with us. Workers in the country is seen as the main reason which is affecting the opportunity for technical and vocational education and training or TVET graduates in securing a job. Youth and Sports Minister Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman said this is due to the low wage and minimum benefits offered by employers, which is seen to be more suitable for foreign workers. Syed Saddiq said the situation is not a healthy competition for skilled TVET graduates.
We should maximize whatever job opportunities we have. But the point is, Malaysia must always be there and kita perlu ada pilihan untuk bekerja di Malaysia juga.
Syed Saddiq said this after attending the 5th Malaysian Youth Council Skilled Youth Convocation in Bangi. He added that in order to prepare the young generation to face the challenges of the 4th Industrial Revolution, the government was in the midst of reforming the TVET to make it equivalent to, if not better than, degree courses. He said it was being done through the setting up of the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Empowerment Committee, chaired by Permatang Pau Member of Parliament Nurul Izzah Anwar. The restructuring and eventual takeover of Syarikat Pengeluaran Air Selangor Sdn Bhd or SPLASH are expected to be finalised by early August. Water, Land and Natural Resources Minister Dr. A. Xavier J. Kumar said the restructuring process had shown positive development from both the Selangor government and the water concessionaires. However, the minister did not mention the total cost of the acquisition, but did say that currently 325 million litres of water a day is acquired from the state of Pahang.
Untuk sementara saja, tetapi kita kena selesaikan keseluruhan sistem air ini, industri air ini dengan pembukaan Langat 2 ini. Ada kelewatan sikit sebab pembinaan yang terperinci belum dilakukan lagi. So saya telah suruh mereka mencepatkan proses ini untuk apa pun kita boleh selesaikan dan air itu boleh diturunkan dari Langat 2 untuk negeri Selangor by 2021 ataupun 2022 the latest.
Dr. Xavier said he had called representatives of the relevant agencies, including the Selangor Menteri Besar, to discuss the takeover, which is expected to be finalised by August 10th. He said this to reporters after attending the launch of the Sunnah Kunduz State Seat By-Election Operations Room in Bukit Kemuning, Shah Alam. The restructuring of the water concessionaire in Selangor is delayed due to the dispute over the value offered to take over SPLASH. So far, the state government has just completed taking over 3 other concessionaires that have been under the care of the previous administration. The newly formed Indian Muslim Association of Pulau Pinang, or GAPIM, will be a champion for the Indian Muslim community, which has been living in the state for almost 4 decades. GAPIM intends to put all Indian Muslim non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, under one roof in a bid to empower the community. According to GAPIM President Dr. Aminul Husaini Abdul Kadir, the new association will ensure that the Indian community will unite on important issues such as welfare, development and empowering the youth with skill sets. Towards this end, the association has applied for a plot of land from the state government to ensure that the activities and events of the community will be continued to be maintained.
Untuk menyatukan semua NGO India Muslim serta mengeratkan dan mengukuhkan ukhuwah silaturahim bersama kita dan nawaitu yang ikhlas dan suci di bawah satu bumbung dinamakan GAPIM.
He spoke to reporters in Georgetown, Pulau Pinang. Over 11,000 visitors attended the Sharia Investing Fair 2018, held for the second time. The 2-day event surpassed the initial targeted number of 10,000 visitors, of which many were youths. Bursa Malaysia Chief Executive Officer Datuk Sri Tajuddin Atan said the program had succeeded in nurturing the locals to be active in investing.
Last year kita buat first time. This year, saya ingat orang dah lebih tahu, orang lebih faham, maka ramai mungkin orang datang. Jadi kali kedua pun kita pun beri Bursa Malaysia pun mungkin dah belajar pada tahun lepas. Jadi kita punya event, penceramah, speakers dia ada lebih ramai.
And that concludes this afternoon's News on 2. In our top story today, government says oppressive laws to be repealed. Join us again at 7 this evening. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.